After dying suddenly from overwork, a city white-collar worker finds herself transported back to before the 1980s. As soon as she wakes up, she overhears her stepmother selling her off for 200 yuan. Suddenly opening her eyes, Su Mingyue realizes she's in a shabby mud brick house. It's March 2, 1977. She looks up and sees a long hemp rope hanging right in the middle of the beam. Su Mingyue realized, did I transmigrate into the body of this girl who tried to take her own life, after dying suddenly from working overtime? As she was thinking this, Su Mingyue heard two people talking. Mom, why are you making things up, insisting that Su Mingyue has a fortune-bringing horoscope for her husband? Keep your voice down. Are you stupid? Would the Li family really pay 200 yuan as a bride price just to find a daughter-in-law with a fortune-bringing horoscope? This is like a pie falling from the sky. Once we marry Su Mingyue off tomorrow, Mom will take that bride price and definitely get you a wife from the city. Hearing this, Su Mingyue slowly began to absorb the original owner's memories. The original owner of this body had the same name as her. Her mother died not long after giving birth to her, and her father remarried a widow who already had a son. The people talking in the room were her stepmother, Lu Jinfeng, and the son she brought with her, Su Wudong. What kind of disastrous start is this? It's true. But Mom, you prepared so much dowry for that Su Mingyue girl. I think it's worth more than 200 yuan. Aren't we losing out? Like hell I'd give her a real dowry, Lu Jinfeng said to her son, her face full of pride. That dowry just looks like a lot. Inside the red cloth, it's all cardboard and rotten wood. It's not worth a single cent. Mom, you're so clever. Of course I am, Su Mingyue pondered. Her father was just a farmer who only knew how to work hard. Because he was afraid of his wife, and since Su Mingyue was a daughter, and later Lu Jinfeng gave birth to a son and another daughter for him, all these years when Su Mingyue was bullied, her father just pretended not to see it. As for Lu Jinfeng, she was cunning and malicious, cared a lot about appearances, and outwardly doted on Su Mingyue. People in the village all praised her for being virtuous. She took someone else's dowry for herself and even wanted to sell off someone else's daughter. How shameless can you get? Su Mingyue looked at her own thin, bony body, covered in old and new wounds, and was instantly startled. Since Lu Jinfeng loves to snatch other people's things so much, tomorrow I'll make sure you lose face big time and get a taste of losing both your money and your prize. The next morning, Su Mingyue rummaged through her things and finally managed to find a piece of clothing that wasn't too shabby to change into. The original owner really had it rough. She even had to rack her brains to make money, just so she wouldn't have to wear such shabby clothes anymore. Hearing the sound of Suona horns and drums growing closer outside, Su Yud and Lu Jinfeng beamed with joy as they welcomed the group from Su Mingyue's husband's family into the house. After everyone was seated, Li's father solemnly took out a red envelope from his pocket and said to Su Yud, "We're here today to deliver the betrothal money and to bring the new bride home. As for the wedding banquet, we'll hold it when Jianjun returns." What do you think? Li's father's tone made it sound perfectly natural, with no intention of discussing it with them. You couldn't really blame him. After all, the Su family was eager for the bride price and in a hurry to marry off their daughter. So my future husband, Li Jianjun, is still away in the army and hasn't come back yet. That's actually pretty good. I can get away from my wicked stepmother for now. It's great to bring her over. We'll be family. As Su Yud was speaking, the stepmother, Lu Jinfeng, quickly snatched the red envelope and started counting the money right there in front of everyone. My daughter has a lucky birthday, and she's hardworking and virtuous. Whoever marries her is truly blessed. Seeing Lu Jinfeng act like that, Li's mother looked at her with utter disdain. Still, she couldn't help but feel sorry for the money she had scrimped and saved over the years. But then she thought, if her son could marry a daughter-in-law with such a lucky fate, someone who would bring prosperity to the family, then the money was well spent. Back home, her sister-in-law Zhang Fengyan stared intently at the dowry in the yard and said enviously, "All of this is the dowry left by Mingyue's birth mother. I haven't touched a single thing. I saved it all for her." This identity really is a raw deal. She's suffered so many silent losses since childhood, and even got tricked when she got married. But I'm not the timid, weak original owner. Today, I have to expose Lu Jinfeng's true colors and finally vent this anger. Hey, you really couldn't find a better stepmother even if you searched with a lantern. Hearing everyone's praise, Lu Jinfeng's face lit up with joy. Since you love putting on a show so much, today I'll give you a real spectacle and let you show off to your heart's content. Su Mingyue walked over to the dowry chest, sneering as she said, "Then let's have everyone take a look at what kind of fine dowry my stepmother prepared for me." Seeing this, Lu Jinfeng hurried over to close the chest, guiltily saying, "They're all valuable things. Take them home and look through them slowly." Su Mingyue suddenly kicked one of the chests, spilling its contents all over the floor. Turns out it was filled with wood. Everyone was stunned. Seeing the dowry chest packed with nothing but wood, Lee's mother looked extremely displeased. The bride's family hadn't provided any dowry at all. They were just waiting for the groom's family to hand over the betrothal money. Lu Jinfeng lost face in front of everyone, her expression dark with anger as she glared fiercely at Su Mingyue. Where's the dowry my mother left me? Why are all the chests filled with wood? After the initial shock, the crowd burst into laughter. This is the first time I've ever seen someone use wood as a dowry. Yeah, today was really an eye-opener. Oh my, what kind of mother does this? No matter how poor you are, who would use wood as a dowry to cheat her own daughter? Exactly, and she always pretends to treat her daughters so well, but her heart is pitch black. The onlookers all started talking at once, gossiping about the situation. You said my mother's dowry was valuable, so where did it all go? Seeing there was no way out, Lu Jinfeng simply put on a "dead pig isn't afraid of boiling water" attitude and said, I ate it, I spent it, what are you going to do about it? Since you've admitted it, then pay up. My mother left so much dowry, it's worth at least 1,000 yuan, right? You ungrateful brat, after raising you all these years, now you want me to give you money? Keep dreaming. Your mother raised you from childhood. Even if she didn't do much, she still worked hard. Today is your wedding day, stop making a scene or people will laugh at you. My stepmother has cursed me at every turn and hit me whenever she pleased since I was little. Just look at all these old wounds piled on top of new ones. Su Mingyue rolled up her sleeve to show everyone her arm, covered in scars. Today is my wedding day, and she gives me wood as a dowry. You're my father, how can you just let her treat me like this? Su Yu didn't care at all about his daughter's injuries. He said self-righteously, as the saying goes, if you criticize your parents, you're being unfilial. Now Su Mingyue finally understood why her stepmother dared to mistreat her so brazenly. After a city white-collar worker died suddenly from overwork, she found herself transported back to the 1980s. As soon as she woke up, she overheard her stepmother selling her off for 200 yuan. I suppose you must have already spent all the dowry my mother left me, so just give me 100 yuan as my dowry, and consider the rest as repayment for all the years you raised me. A married daughter is like water that's been poured out, don't even think about getting 100 yuan, you won't get a single cent. If you don't give me 100 yuan as dowry, then I won't get married. The groom's family got anxious as soon as they heard this, thinking Su is educated.
We agreed that you'd give us 200 yuan as a bride price to bring the new daughter-in-law home. If your daughter refuses to marry, then return the bride price to us.
Seeing that things were about to get out of hand, Song Dahua from the same village, who was also the cousin of Song Hemyao, the second daughter-in-law who had left home, stepped forward to try to mediate. Aunt Su, as the saying goes, 10 temples can't break a single marriage. Having a daughter get married is such a good thing. If you don't come up with 100 yuan as a dowry today and Su Mingyue doesn't get married, then you'll have to return the 200 yuan bride price to the Li family. Seeing that Lu Jinfeng was wavering, Song Dahua continued, Aunt Su, you're a smart woman. Keeping 100 yuan is better than nothing. Once this opportunity is gone, you won't get even that. It's not easy to find a family willing to pay a 200 yuan bride price. Lu Jinfeng was also afraid of ending up with nothing at all. Very reluctantly, she took out 100 yuan and handed it over to Su Mingyue with resentment. Su Mingyue happily accepted the money and made her offer. As she walked into the Li family's house, Su Mingyue looked around. There were 3 main rooms, 2 side rooms on each end, and in the spacious courtyard, there was even a big 28-inch bicycle parked. In those days, hardly any families in the whole village owned a bicycle. The Li family could afford one thanks to the third son, Li Jianjun, who sent his military allowance home.
Now that you've come through the door today, Wu family, the 3 big tile-roofed rooms next door were built for you. For now, you'll live with us, and when Jianjun comes back, you can move over there.
Su Mingyue understood that as a young woman, her in-laws just didn't feel comfortable letting her live alone. Since she decided to marry into the family, she had to follow their arrangements. Alright, I'll listen to you, Mom.
You'll stay in the west room.
Su Mingyue carried a small bundle and entered the west room. On the heated brick bed, there were 2 quilts. It was obvious they weren't new. Although the room was simple, it was still a bit better than the one she had at the Su family's house. I have to cook every night. I just got married and technically count as the new daughter-in-law, right? This eldest sister-in-law doesn't hold back. Seeing that Motherly didn't stop her, Su Mingyue didn't want to make a fuss, so she reluctantly went into the kitchen. Eldest sister-in-law, my cooking skills aren't as good as yours. Let me wash vegetables and help you. You can mix dough and roll noodles. With so many people, we'll need 2 gin of flour, right? This eldest sister-in-law is trying to show me who's boss. Su Mingyue was speechless, but she put on an agreeable face. Alright then, eldest sister-in-law. Where's the flour? 2 bowls of white flour and 2 bowls of mixed flour will be enough. Su Mingyue scooped the flour and added water, using all her strength to knead the dough and roll out the noodles. When she looked up, she saw her eldest sister-in-law leaning against the doorway, sizing her up. I'm the one who gave the Li family their eldest son and grandson, a real contributor. So what if Su Mingyue has the best fortune? She has to be obedient like Song Hemiao, do as told, and get to work. Song Hemiao, seeing Su Mingyue noodles in the kitchen, hurried to help. Just because second sister-in-law gave birth to a daughter, she thinks it's better to avoid trouble when possible. But I'm not someone who lets others push me around. I always observe first, then make my move. At noon, the whole family sat together for a meal. Su Mingyue learned that the Li family has 4 sons and 2 daughters, with the eldest son being Li Jiangguo. Li Guanyao, 5, is the eldest son and grandson of the Li family, most beloved by both parents. The second son is Li Jianhui, and the daughter, Li Li, is 4. She gives up good food and fun to Li Guanyao, so she's been raised to be obedient and sensible. The fourth son, Li Jianqi, is 16. He graduated junior high and is staying home, hoping to go high school. The youngest daughter, Li Jianlan, turned 14. After elementary school, she stayed home helping her eldest sister-in-law care for children and do housework. The eldest sister-in-law doesn't have to work in fields, she stays home looking after kids and doing laundry. Cooking, feeding chickens, cleaning house. When Xiao Gong came home, the eldest sister-in-law hadn't made dinner. The second sister-in-law, used to it, put her things down, went straight to the kitchen. But Su Mingyue wasn't to put with it. She turned left. Su Mingyue, are you deaf? Hurry, wash vegetables. Eldest sister-in-law, I've worked in the fields. I need to rest.
Third daughter-in-law, your eldest sister-in-law is busy with kids and cooking, she can't handle it. You should help.
Hearing what Li's mother said, it was obvious she was siding with the eldest sister-in-law. For such a trivial matter, Su Mingyue didn't want to go against her. Alright. Seeing Li's mother take her side, Zhang Fengyan became even more smug. After a whole afternoon of physical labor, at dinner, Su Mingyue served herself an extra bowl of porridge, and her eldest sister-in-law gave her a dirty look. Wow, you sure can eat a lot. Well, I'm a laborer now, aren't I? Of course I can eat. After you finish eating, wash the pots and bowls, and while you're at it, feed the chickens too. Alright. Su Mingyue agreed good-naturedly and finished all the chores her sister-in-law assigned. Exhausted, she collapsed onto the bed. This was only day 1. With her sister-in-law making things difficult and her mother-in-law taking sides, it seems life away from the Su family isn't any easier. I've just left the wolf's den only to fall into the tiger's lair. Looks like I need to quickly come up with a solution. Early the next morning, Su Mingyue was startled awake from her sleep by her sister-in-law's urgent banging on the door. Go to the riverside vegetable garden and pick some greens to bring back. Su Mingyue took the bamboo basket and unhurriedly made her way to the vegetable patch. Along the way, she chatted warmly with the neighbors, helped them pick vegetables, and saw off group after group of them, not in any rush to head back. Just as she was about to return, she spotted Song Dahua, the captain of the Yozhuang village gossip squad, walking over with a basket of vegetables. She greeted her enthusiastically, Dahua, picking vegetables. Yeah, my family's waiting for breakfast. Let me help you, that way it'll be faster. Song Dahua was delighted to have someone lend a hand. The two of them were busy working when suddenly a loud shout came from behind. Su Mingyue, I told you to pick vegetables, and you're still in the garden. The family's waiting. When Su Mingyue heard her sister-in-law's voice, she was so startled she dropped the radishes. Timidly, she said, Sister-in-law, I'll go back right away and bring them to Dahua. She picked up the radishes, shot her sister-in-law a glare, and said, Why are you yelling so loud? You scared Mingyue. Su Mingyue grabbed the basket and rushed home. Her sister-in-law chased right after her. Every day, after finishing work in the fields and coming home, she still had to be bossed around by her sister-in-law, barely getting a moment to rest. That day, dragging her tired body home from work, Su Mingyue passed by the big tree at the entrance of the village and came up with an idea. As the saying goes, a few kind words are worth their weight in gold. Mingyue decided to sit down and take a break.
Mingyue, you married Li Laosan, so you're destined for a life of comfort from now on.
Everyone in the village knows that Li Jianjun gets a high allowance. What's so great about this so-called comfortable life? I'm exhausted every day, like a servant. There's always endless work to do every day. Song Dahua, sitting next to Su Mingyue, gave her some advice, saying, You're still young, but you just do whatever others tell you to do. You're a daughter-in-law just like the rest of them, so why should you be bossed around and ordered about? Your husband sends money home every month. You need to stand up for yourself. Song Dahua knows best what goes on in that household. The eldest sister-in-law, Zhang Fengyan, is lazy and only cares about eating well, acting all high and mighty at home. Her cousin, who brought her rice seedlings, often complained to her. Sister Dahua, I'm so busy every day I barely have time to catch my breath, and even then she still says I eat too much. You're not eating her food, so what right does she have to complain about you? Out of the wolf's den, straight into the tiger's den. Not only does my eldest sister-in-law make things difficult for me, but watch how I fight back. As the two were talking, my sister-in-law came over with her son Guangyao. Seeing Su Mingyue sitting under the tree, she raised her voice and said, "There's so much work at home left undone, and you're just sitting here chatting." Hearing her sister-in-law's voice, Su Mingyue deliberately shivered all over, quickly stood up, and said softly, "Sister-in-law, I just finished the work in the fields and sat down for a moment to rest." TSK. Your parents' clothes still haven't been washed. Go back and wash them right now. Okay, I'll go wash them right away. Under everyone's gaze, Su Mingyue meekly went back home. Song Dahua really couldn't stand Zhang Fengyan's behavior. First she bullied her cousin Song Hemiao, and now it was Su Mingyue's turn. Wow, you really act like the lady of the house, bossing Su Mingyue around like she's your little daughter-in-law. Zhang Fengyan didn't catch Song Dahua's sarcasm and smugly replied, "That's right, I'm the boss at home. Su Mingyue always listens to me." Song Dahua rolled her eyes and went to sit far away from her. No point arguing with a fool. After putting on a show in front of everyone, Su Mingyue strutted home, feeling quite pleased with herself. When Zhang Fengyan got home and saw that Su Mingyue wasn't doing the laundry but was instead sitting in the yard leisurely drinking water, she immediately got angry. "Why are you treating my words like they're nothing? Didn't I tell you to go wash the clothes? Why are you drinking water again? How can you be so lazy?" Su Mingyue replied, "Sister-in-law, I'm really thirsty. Do you have to control even when I drink water?" Now that no one was around, she dropped her timid demeanor. The sister-in-law, fuming, brought out a big basin of dirty clothes and handed it to Su Mingyue. "These are mom and dad's clothes. Go wash them by the river." Su Mingyue knew this was her sister-in-law's chore, so she didn't reach out to take it. Seeing that she didn't take it, Zhang Fengyan set the basin down and turned to leave. It wasn't the right time to confront her head-on yet, or all her previous efforts would be wasted. After finishing her water, Su Mingyue picked up the basin and went to the river to do the laundry. Yushin grass. She crushed the yushin grass, smeared its juice onto the clothes, and then, satisfied, brought the clothes, now carrying the strong scent of yushin grass, back home. Where's the third daughter-in-law? Looks like she went to wash her own clothes. I saved some food for her. Alright then, let's all eat. By the time Su Mingyue finished washing the clothes and got home, the family had already finished eating. Her eldest sister-in-law, for once, had even cleaned the pot. After searching the kitchen, she couldn't find a single bite left. Su Mingyue lay down on the kong. Sigh. The second sister-in-law stood at the door, holding out a cornbread bun to Su Mingyue. "The buns are all gone today, but I secretly saved one for you." "Oh. Second sister-in-law, thank you so much." Although she wasn't full, it did help stave off her hunger a bit. After getting up early, Su Mingyue felt dizzy. Looking at her half bowl of watery porridge that was clear enough to see her reflection, she knew this was done on purpose by her eldest sister-in-law. As the saying goes, you can't catch a wolf without risking your child. After working so hard to put on an act for so many days, she couldn't let such a good opportunity go to waste today. Already so hungry that she was feeling dizzy and seeing stars, Su Mingyue, determined to keep up the act and do it thoroughly, didn't take a single bite of food. She grabbed a hoe and went to work in the fields, deliberately squatting down to pull weeds. Then, as she suddenly stood up, just as expected, her vision went black and she fainted right there on the field rim. "Mingyue! Somebody, come quickly, Mingyue has fainted." People nearby all gathered around to see what was happening. When Mother Li heard about it, she rushed over. Seeing Su Mingyue's pale face and tightly shut eyes, she quickly pinched the philtrum, but Su Mingyue still didn't respond. Mother Li grew anxious and called to her eldest son, saying, "Eldest, hurry and go find your Uncle He. Come on, everyone, give me a hand and help carry her back." Uncle He, the barefoot doctor, examined her and, after inserting a few acupuncture needles, Su Mingyue finally woke up. Looking at Su Mingyue's thin face, Uncle He sighed and said to Mother Li, "Go get a bowl of sugar water." The second sister-in-law heard this and quickly poured a bowl of sugar water and brought it over. After drinking the sugar water, Su Mingyue's dizziness finally eased a bit. "Brother He, what's wrong with her? She's been malnourished for a long time, a bit anemic, and her blood sugar is low. She fainted because she hadn't eaten breakfast. Mingyue didn't eat last night or this morning." The eldest sister-in-law shot the second sister-in-law a fierce glare. "Today has to be a success, otherwise all the suffering these past days will have been for nothing. Brother He, will this illness affect her ability to have children in the future?" Mother Li only cared about carrying on the family line. "If you want a grandson, your daughter-in-law needs to have a healthy body first. Let her recover slowly for now." Mother Li sighed, and the aunts and sisters-in-law who had followed her and started chattering away. Aunt Li, your third son's wife is busy from morning till night every day, and she eats irregularly. No wonder she got sick. We didn't make her do any work, did we? Just go into the fields to earn work points, that's all. Mother Li was puzzled. Escaping the wolf's den only to fall into the tiger's lair. My sister-in-law at my husband's house making things hard for me. Just watch how I fight back. Song Dahua is always running her mouth. She goes out to pick vegetables and does laundry. That's right. After finishing work in the fields, she still has to cook. I saw your eldest daughter-in-law call her home to cook with my own eyes. Yeah, that little thing is as skinny as a chick, and they still won't let her eat. No wonder she fainted. Hearing everyone's words, Mother Li realized it was the eldest daughter-in-law stirring up trouble. All my careful groundwork wasn't for nothing. Public opinion is finally turning in my favor. Mother Li knew that the eldest daughter-in-law was slow with her chores, and she sympathized with her for having to look after the kids and do housework. Plus, Guangyao was at that mischievous age, so she had intentionally asked the second and third daughters-in-law to lend a hand. But she never expected the eldest to be so lazy and sly. She wanted to scold the eldest daughter-in-law, but it wasn't appropriate to lose her temper in public, so she made a mental note of it. Mother Li sat on the Kong with a worried look, and said to Father Li, head of the house, what do you think? Our third daughter-in-law's health is so poor, will she even be able to bear children in the future? We were counting on her auspicious fate to bring prosperity and honor to the family. Sigh, huff, ah, it's all because she suffered under her stepmother's harsh treatment in the Su family and ended up with this illness. I think we shouldn't let the third daughter-in-law go out to work in the fields for now. Let her stay home and recover her health. Alright, we'll do as you say. She really does need to be taken care of. We spent so much money to bring her into the family. If she's sick all the time, wouldn't that be a waste? Looking at her daughter-in-law, who was nothing but skin and bones lying on the Kong bed, Mother Li couldn't help but frown and said, third daughter-in-law, your father and I have discussed it. Starting tomorrow, you don't have to go out to work in the fields anymore. Just stay home and focus on getting better. Hearing this, Su Mingyue felt a surge of joy in her heart. She nodded weakly. Finally, she didn't have to work in the fields anymore. All the hardship and hunger had been worth it. After going hungry for 2 days, Su Mingyue devoured 3 big bowls of noodles at lunch, leaving the whole family stunned. Mother Li didn't stop her, letting her eat her fill. She even announced Su Mingyue's special treatment to everyone and specifically warned Zhang Fengyan. Eldest daughter-in-law, you'll have to do the housework yourself from now on. You can't assign her any chores anymore. The eldest sister-in-law glared in anger when she heard this. The second sister-in-law was full of envy when she heard this. I thought she was timid and planned to train her well while she was new here, so she'd be obedient and easy to order around later. Turns out all the suffering these days wasn't for nothing. Fainting from low blood sugar and getting out of chores was actually worth it. Now I really need to take care of myself. With this frail little body, if I keep pushing myself like this, I'll break down sooner or later. The next day, after the clothes had dried, big brother, change into your clothes.
Ugh, these clothes smell awful. There's a strong fishy odor. Yeah, my clothes smell fishy too.
Lee's mother was already angry at her eldest daughter-in-law, so she took the opportunity to scold her. Eldest daughter-in-law, you're getting more and more careless. How did you wash these clothes? Wash them again, and make sure they're clean. Zhang Fengyan was so disgusted by the smell of her own clothes that she felt like throwing up. Right now, she couldn't defend herself. If I say I had Su Mingyue wash the clothes, I'll definitely get scolded. Su Mingyue, just you wait. Zhang Fengyan took the clothes that Su Mingyue had washed down to the river and scrubbed them over and over, using up an entire bar of soap, but that fishy, foul smell was still clearly there. She swore she would never let her wash clothes again. Tried to be clever and ended up worse off, and I even got scolded for it. Seeing Su Mingyue eat and sleep all day long, Zhang Fengyan started getting up early every morning to bang basins and grind feed for the chickens, making a huge racket so Su Mingyue couldn't sleep in peace. On the 15th day of the lunar month, there was a big market in the village. After asking Mother Li for permission, Su Mingyue slung her army green satchel over her shoulder and headed out to the market. As Su Mingyue strolled through the market, she noticed that wild mushrooms and black fungus were selling really well.
Miss, these were dug up on the mountain just yesterday. They're really fresh. Do you want to buy some?
Uncle, how much are these?
1 yuan.
Su Mingyue shook her head and walked away. Maybe I should go up the mountain and dig up some mushrooms to sell too, earn a bit of money to help nourish myself. Su Mingyue kept wandering until she reached the entrance of the state-run restaurant. The freshly cooked braised chicken was golden and glossy, and the aroma of the meat was mouth-watering. Since I came here, I haven't eaten any meat yet. There was a crowd gathered at the entrance of the restaurant, just watching but not buying. Mom, I want to eat braised chicken. Eat braised chicken. You look more like a braised chicken yourself. Mom, it smells so good. I want to eat it. Come on, let's go home. No braised chicken for you. The little boy was dragged away by his mom, crying, "Comrade, how much is the braised chicken?"
3 yuan each.
No wonder so many people are drawn by the delicious smell of the braised chicken, but so few actually buy it. Most families just can't bring themselves to spend 3 yuan on a single chicken. After being pushed down by my mother, I was reborn at 14 and I awakened a spatial cheat ability.
You sure have a sweet tongue. It wasn't Hongbao or Hongju who messed with me, it was Hongmei.
As soon as she heard that her grandma was upset because of Shen Hongmei, Shen Hongye felt a surge of joy in her heart and quickly interrupted, saying, "Grandma, don't be mad at my cousin Hongmei anymore." Even Xiaoyan's mom was telling the two of us today, if a child grows up without a mother's discipline, how could she turn out well? Someone like my cousin Hongmei is already pretty good, all things considered.
No, I'm not mad at your cousin Hongmei. I'm just, sigh, it's all because of your aunt. Hongmei insists your aunt should get a divorce, and I'm worried, getting a divorce isn't that easy.
What? A divorce? Grandma, it was so hard for my aunt to marry into the city, and she can't have children herself. If she gets divorced, what will she do in the future? If my aunt gets divorced, how am I supposed to find a match in the city? Grandma, didn't you try to stop them at all? Old Lady Shen felt a bit regretful after hearing what Shen Hongye said.
Jiashen, Shaoshan, did you two get here early?
We were worried that there might be trouble with the Qin family in the city and that you might get the short end of the stick, so we came along.
On the way, Shen Hongmei kept thinking about the relationships within Qin Daqing's family. Except for that old Qin woman who only knows how to make a scene, Qin Daqing's second brother-in-law seems to be the county magistrate's secretary. His second sister is also a minor official in the county, and he has an uncle who's a leader at the county public security bureau. After calming down, she realized her mouth was really dry. She'd been busy ever since she woke up and hadn't even had a sip of water. Just as she thought of this, she suddenly heard the sound of running water by her ear. Shen Hongmei realized a clear spring had suddenly appeared in her mind, startling her so much that she quickly covered her mouth, afraid she might cry out. What's going on? Well, I've already been reborn, so I guess this isn't all that strange. The sweet, clear liquid flowed from her fingers into her mouth, and Shen Hongmei instantly felt a jolt run through her whole body. The more she drank this water, the clearer her mind became. Did this water just appear because I was thirsty? There's water here, mountains, trees, and a vast stretch of fertile land. Seeing her eldest niece keeping her head down and covering her mouth, Shen Yiping suddenly remembered that her niece had hit her head earlier.
Hongmei, is your head hurting again? Ever since you hit your head when you were 8, you've had this problem with headaches. Whenever you get anxious or upset, it flares up.
Auntie, you don't have to worry. I'm fine.
Really? Are you sure?
Shen Yiping reached out, about to take off her own scarf. Auntie, it's okay, I'm not cold. Looking at the patch on the scarf, Shen Hongmei couldn't help but feel a lump in her throat. If I hadn't come back to life, Auntie would have had to suffer and die at Qin Daqing's hands again, ending her short life like that. Auntie, I was originally planning to go to Qin Daqing's workplace, or maybe straight to the Civil Affairs Bureau, but now I've changed my mind. You've lived with Qin Daqing for so many years, there must still be some things you need to pack up, right? I think we should go to your husband's place instead. It's obvious there's nothing much to pack. Auntie only has 2 sets of old clothes, both hand-me-downs from her 2 sisters-in-law.
Hongmei, I'm worried about my mother-in-law. She'd never let Auntie leave easily. If divorced without going home, let's not go.
No. Auntie, I remember your neighborhood is full of cadre families. Look, it's lunchtime right now, which means everyone is home resting. We have to go to the Qin family.
So, if Qin Daqing's mom starts yelling later, will Auntie handle it? You're just a young girl, whatever you do, don't argue back with her, okay?
Seeing Auntie clench her fist, Shen Hongmei did the same. The aunt and niece exchanged a glance and both laughed. If I catch you making things up and slandering me again, I'll chop you up. Looks like nobody around here recognizes Gastrodia, so no one's come to dig it up. I was busy all the way until the afternoon before I managed to dig up all the Gastrodia in this patch. Su Mingyue hefted the Gastrodia in her bamboo basket and chuckled, there must be over 10 gene here. I just don't know what the market price for Gastrodia is these days. Su Mingyue put the Gastrodia at the very bottom, piled the mountain delicacies on top, and only then did she carry the brimming bamboo basket down the mountain. After carrying the basket for more than 10 li, Su Mingyue arrived at the county's local products company and, following the procedure, handed over the bag filled with mountain delicacies. The staff weighed everything, calculated the total, wrote out a slip, and told her to collect her money at the window next door. Su Mingyue took the slip, pulled out a piece of Gastrodia and handed it over. Comrade, do you accept this?
This seems to be a kind of traditional Chinese medicine. We don't take that here. You can try asking at the county's Chinese medicine shop.
They buy medicinal herbs.
Alright, thank you. Su Mingyue received 1 yuan and 30 cents for selling the mountain delicacies. Hee, not bad. Today was quite a fruitful day. By the time Su Mingyue got home, it was almost dark. She set the bamboo basket by the door and walked inside, only to find her whole family eyeing her like she was a thief. Her sister-in-law couldn't hold back and fired the first shot. Su Mingyue, where did you go after stealing 10 yuan today? Why are you only coming back now? Sister-in-law, what are you talking about? I went up the mountain to pick mushrooms this morning. I just got home. Who stole 10 yuan? Don't you go accusing me without proof. Knowing Su Mingyue wasn't easy to deal with, her sister-in-law immediately started crying and said, why are you being so fierce? You're the one making baseless accusations. If it wasn't you, then who was it? I went out to pick vegetables, and you were the only one at home. When I came back, the money was gone and so were you. Mom, I'm telling the truth, every word. You have to stand up for me. What kind of lousy acting is this?
Third daughter-in-law, you're part of the Lee family now. The Lee family is a family with rules, and I don't tolerate any nonsense. Those tricks your Su family pulls, cheating and swindling, won't work here.
Looks like I'm taking the blame for what the original owner and her stepmother did. Su Mingyue, mother, I didn't steal the money. Heaven watches. Sister-in-law, you might fool others, but not yourself. You're the thief crying, stop thief. My conscience is clear, nothing to fear. Mother, I've given birth to a son and cooked meals for the Lee family, yet I'm being called a thief by people who actually cheat and swindle. Mother, our family has always been peaceful, but ever since Su Mingyue arrived, money has gone missing. If she didn't steal it, then who did? Mother Lee was getting a headache from all the arguing and waved her hand, saying, then let's search. The sister-in-law had been waiting for this moment. She immediately rushed into Su Mingyue's room and pulled out 10 yuan from under the quilt. As soon as everyone entered the room, the sister-in-law held up the 10 yuan like a trophy for everyone to see. Didn't I say she stole it? Well, Su Mingyue, what do you have to say for yourself now? The whole family looked at each other, watching the sister-in-law's clumsy performance. How did you know the money was hidden under the quilt? The sister-in-law suddenly realized something and stammered. I just searched randomly, and it just happened to be there. Wouldn't it make more sense for me to keep it on me? Su Mingyue spoke as she pulled out a wad of cash from her inner pocket and threw it onto the bed with a fierce look. Mom, sister-in-law is framing me on purpose. She put the money here herself. Mother Lee could tell that the eldest daughter-in-law was trying to set up Su Mingyue. Alright, eldest daughter-in-law, put the money away. With that, Mother Lee turned and walked away. Su Mingyue put her money away and quickly followed Mother Lee out of the room. Mom, I have something to say. Third daughter-in-law, your mother knows in her heart that this was your eldest sister-in-law's own foolish doing. Mother Lee had an attitude of wanting to keep the peace. Mom, what I want to talk about is something else. I've been married into the family for half a month now. Our chickens lay 5 to 6 eggs a day, so that adds up to at least 75 eggs, even if we each eat 1 a day, and the family has made scrambled eggs twice, using 6 eggs each time, there should still be 48 eggs left. Su Mingyue shared a math problem with everyone. The second sister-in-law understood right away. Su Mingyue was about to expose the eldest sister-in-law's secrets. Wow, this is something she always wanted to do but never dared. Every morning, only 1 egg is boiled. They're both kids, and Lily is even a year younger than Guangyao, isn't she? Why can't she have an egg too? Before Su Mingyue could finish, she couldn't wait and rushed to the kitchen. How did a conversation about stealing money suddenly turn into an issue about eggs? What should I do? What should I do? Seeing Song Hemyao hand the basket of eggs to Mother Lee, the eldest sister-in-law's face instantly turned pale. Mother Lee counted them. There were only 16 eggs inside. She asked angrily, eldest daughter-in-law, tell me, why are there so many eggs missing? The eldest sister-in-law lowered her head, speechless. Mom, if she can steal eggs, she'll definitely steal other things too. There's a thief in our family who bites the hand that feeds them. Su Mingyue outright labeled the eldest sister-in-law as a traitor in the family. With his wife doing such a shameful thing, Li Jiangguo didn't dare step forward. He squatted by the wall in distress, scratching his head, letting his mother deal with it as she pleased. Mother Lee prided herself on running a strict household, but she never expected something like this to happen right under her nose, and to be exposed in public by the new daughter-in-law. She felt utterly humiliated. Furious, she pointed at Zhang Fengyan. Eldest daughter-in-law, I trusted you. Who thought a family traitor would be hard to guard against? Mom, I'll never dare do it again. The eldest sister-in-law was so frightened that she could barely speak coherently. Second daughter-in-law, starting tomorrow, you'll be in charge of the household. Eldest daughter-in-law, hand over the 10 yuan to her, and from tomorrow on, you'll be working in the fields. Mom,
After a city white-collar worker suddenly died, she found herself transported back to the 1980s, where she made her first pot of gold by digging up wild gastrodia. Song Hamya took the 10 yuan from her sister-in-law, happily put the basket of eggs back in the kitchen.
Mom, I plan to move into the house next door. Su Mingyue said directly.
Huh. Why do you want to move over there now?
I'll have to move there sooner or later anyway, so I might as well move early for some peace and quiet.
Mother Li could tell that Su Mingyue was fed up with all the drama at home.
And you couldn't really blame her. She'd only been married into the family for less than half a month, and the eldest daughter-in-law had already caused plenty of trouble, making things difficult for her at every turn. Now, there was this whole new mess today. Sigh. If you really want to move over there, that's fine.
Father Li had been eavesdropping in the room the whole time. When he saw his wife walk in looking dejected, he said meaningfully,
Old woman, this third daughter-in-law is a shrewd one.
Yes, the third daughter-in-law is bold, careful, and has a clear conscience. She's a good one. I never expected the eldest daughter-in-law to be all sweet talk but unreliable, always scheming without a plan. I really misjudged her.
At least she gave us a grandson. Just keep an eye on her from now on. She won't be able to stir up much trouble.
So it turns out Zhang Fingyan's given birth to a get-out-of-jail-free card.
And you still have the nerve to cry. Look at the mess you've made.
The eldest sister-in-law knew she was in the wrong and didn't dare talk back. She just lay on the bed, sobbing quietly. Su Mingyue wolfed down a mouthful of rice. She took the gastrodia back to her own room to dry, then walked into the neighboring courtyard. The main house had 3 tiled rooms, and right next to the shared courtyard wall was a kitchen. She walked into the house and looked at the empty, bare room.
Truly nothing but bare walls. Well, since I'm here, I might as well make the best of it.
Su Mingyue decided to rely on herself and live a life of abundance through her own efforts.
Gastrodia isn't a commonly used herb, so the villagers didn't recognize it. Since the herbal medicine shop buys medicinal herbs, it's better to go to the one in the city. She could get a better price there.
After a simple breakfast, she tied up the gastrodia, put it in a bamboo basket, covered it with a layer of mugwort, and set off with the basket on her back to wait for the bus. She bought a ticket after getting on the bus, then sat in the last row with the bamboo basket on her back. After arriving at the final stop, Su Mingyue asked around for the address of the herbal medicine shop, and it took her an hour to find the one she was looking for. Su Mingyue walked in and asked, "Do you buy Chinese medicinal herbs here?" "We do." "I'll take you to the backyard." Once they entered the backyard, the shop assistant called out loudly, "Master Ji, someone's here to sell medicinal herbs."
Coming! You sit here and wait for a moment.
Su Mingyue set down her bamboo basket, and a tall, thin middle-aged man walked over and asked, "What kind of medicinal herbs did you bring?" Su Mingyue opened the bag, took out a piece of gastrodia, and handed it over, saying, "Gastrodia."
Oh, it's wild gastrodia.
Master Ji took out all the gastrodia from the bamboo basket, examining each piece one by one, and kept praising, "Not bad. You dug them up very nicely, all intact. 5.5 yuan per gene. Are you selling?"
Yes, I'm selling.
Master Ji weighed the gastrodia, 13.5 gene. He wrote out a note and handed it to Su Mingyue, pointing to the gatehouse. "Go there to collect your money."
Alright, thank you.
Su Mingyue took the note and walked over to the window of the gatehouse, handing the note inside. A middle-aged woman glanced at the note, flicked a few abacus beads, and counted out the money twice.
74 yuan, 25 cents. Here you go, hold on to it.
Su Mingyue took the money, put it in her inner pocket, and then found Master Ji to ask, "Master Ji, if I dig up more gastrodia, will you still want it?" Master Ji looked at Su Mingyue and smiled, saying, "Of course we do. We're now a public-private partnership. The medicinal herbs we collect are handed over to the state and distributed to traditional medicine shops all over the country. As long as the quality is good, we'll take as much as you can bring." Feeling reassured, she smiled, nodded, and walked out of the courtyard.
At this time, even a skilled worker in a city factory only made a little over 20 yuan a month, and I just earned what a worker would make in 3 months all at once. This really is a huge sum.
Su Mingyue started thinking about what she should buy.
There was nothing at home, way too many things missing, so I'd better buy the most important stuff first.
Su Mingyue headed straight for the department store. It was only when she got there that she realized many things could only be bought with ration tickets.
I don't have a single ticket in my hand.
Su Mingyue looked around in confusion, feeling like she wanted to cry but had no tears. At that moment, a middle-aged woman nearby walked over and quietly said to her,
I have tickets. Do you need any?
Su Mingyue looked at her warily.
Really, if you don't believe me, take a look.
The middle-aged woman pulled a wad of tickets from her bag and showed Su Mingyue a corner of them.
Wow, she's a ticket scalper.
Just because she bought a suitcase, this woman started cursing out her mother-in-law and sister-in-law together. Married, need things. How are you selling ration tickets?
Big customer? For bulk, better price. How many do you want?
How about you just come with me? I'll buy things, you provide the tickets, and we'll settle up at the end.
All right, let's go. Su Mingyue first went to the daily necessities counter and bought toothpaste, toothbrushes, soap, laundry soap, and cold cream. But there weren't many options, and she didn't know which ones were good, so she just picked the most expensive ones. Then she thought about the quilt she used. The cotton inside was all lumpy and uncomfortable. After all, I'm a new bride, aren't I? Give me that set of bright red brocade quilt covers and 8 pounds of cotton for the filling. That should be enough to make 2 new quilts. She looked down at the clothes she was wearing, and after a while, she went over to the fabric counter. And that piece of bright red plaid fabric with gold thread, the pink printed fabric with peach blossoms, 2 lengths of dark blue fabric for pants, and those 2 sets of knitted long underwear, plus 2 sets of underwear. Give me 2 pairs of shoes and socks. Su Mingyue thought her body was too thin and weak, and give me 2 more bags of milk powder. Prices really are low in this era. Money is truly worth something. She filled an entire bamboo basket to the brim, and it only cost 45 yuan in total. Big sister, here's another 7 yuan for your ticket. Wow, I really didn't see that coming. This girl in old clothes has strong purchasing power. Hee, my last name is Lee. Just call me Sister Lee. I live in the Lee family alley right across the street. If you need to buy anything in the future, come find me. Okay, Sister Lee, thank you so much.
No need to be polite. See you around.
Su Mingyue happily carried her bamboo basket and walked toward the bus station. When she got off at the entrance of the village, there were some idlers gathered under the big tree. Seeing her get off the bus in town, with her shoulders and hands full of stuff, everyone's eyes turned red with envy, and they kept winking and making faces at each other. Su Mingyue calmly walked past, unfazed by everyone's stares. Wow, how much did you buy? Looks like a real spendthrift woman. She sure knows how to spend money. Still goes to the city to shop. Doesn't even know her own place. Just relying on that bride price money. Spend it all. Let her go hungry for all I care. All sorts of snide remarks reached Su Mingyue's ears. This was a classic case of women resenting others for being better off, and looking down on those poorer than themselves. She put the bamboo basket in the main room, then took 8 jean of cotton and left the yard. When Zhang, the woman who fluffed cotton, saw Su Mingyue coming with the cotton, she came over to take it from her. Sister Zhang, here are 8 jean of cotton. Please make 2 quilt covers and save some cotton for a pillow. You can return. I'll deliver once finished. Okay, Sister Zhang, what's the cost? 1 yuan. After Su Mingyue left Zhang's house and entered Uncle Chen's courtyard, where Aunt Chen greeted her. Mingyue, you're here. Anything you want? Aunt Chen, I'd like a trunk and a wash basin. We have those. Come in. Su Mingyue followed Aunt Chen into a room where finished goods were displayed. Auntie, how much for these 2 big red lacquer trunks and the large wash basin all together? We're all neighbors here. Just leave 8 yuan. You can take the wash basin home first. The trunks are heavy, so I'll have my 2 sons deliver them to you. All right. Thank you, Auntie. Second sister-in-law saw Su Mingyue bustling about and called out to her. Mingyue, what are you busy with? Second sister-in-law, there's nothing at home, so I made a quilt and went to Uncle Chen's to buy a trunk and a wash basin. Do you need any help? I've got plenty of time. No need, not much stuff. I can manage. All right then, come over for a meal later. Watching Su Mingyue carry the wash basin into the yard next door, second sister-in-law felt envy. Oh my goodness, that wash basin is huge. The eldest sister-in-law was exhausted from working today and lay down as soon as she got home. She got up to eat after food was set out. Just after finishing the meal, the 2 sons from the Chin family came over carrying a trunk. Su Mingyue quickly called them to bring it into her yard and helped push it down with all her strength. The eldest sister-in-law looked on enviously and said sourly, wow, buying 2 trunks? Really got money to burn, huh? Who has that much stuff to put in trunks anyway? Lee's mother's expression didn't look too good either. This wasteful girl, she's really spending the bride price money like this. Head of the house, are you just going to let her do whatever she wants?
Can you even control her? Once she runs out of money, she'll settle down.
This woman can't afford to buy clothes from the department store herself, and she wishes she could tear apart the clothes her sister-in-law bought there. Su Mingyue skillfully finished sewing 2 quilts.
It was already dark.
After boiling a big pot of hot water, Su Mingyue took a comfortable hot bath, got dressed, and looked at herself in the mirror.
This sallow skin, this dry hair. She was supposed to be a beautiful 18-year-old girl, yet her face looked so haggard. On top of that, years of malnutrition and washing clothes in cold water during winter had left her with a severe cold constitution. It seems like she hadn't had her period in over 2 years. With a body like this, can I still live a healthy life? How much longer can I live? This won't do. I have to take good care of my body, improve my appearance, and clean up the mess the original owner left behind.
Su Mingyue made the bed, crawled into the soft, warm covers, and fell asleep comfortably.
She slept so deeply that night, she didn't even dream.
Su Mingyue glanced at the window.
Sigh, there isn't even a curtain. This house is dirt poor. Well, as the saying goes, make use of what you have around you.
Su Mingyue took a wooden stick and went up the mountain, digging for gastrodia as she walked. By noon, her bamboo basket was already full, and on the way back, she even stumbled upon some other herbs.
Looks like this mountain is really worth exploring.
After getting home, she laid out the gastrodia to dry. Exhausted, Su Mingyue just made herself a quick cup of milk powder, washed up, and went to bed early.
Tomorrow, I still have to catch the first bus to the city to sell the gastrodia. It's raining, and there's not even an umbrella at home. Looks like I'll have to wait for the rain to stop before heading to the city.
Su Mingyue took out the fabric she bought the day before yesterday, grabbed a bar of soap, and headed to the village chief's house. The village chief's wife saw it was Su Mingyue and said coldly,
Fugule isn't home. What do you want? Good morning, Sister Hua. I went to the city yesterday and bought 2 bars of soap. I brought one for you. Oh, I can't accept that. Something this nice, for no reason at all. I really can't take it.
The village chief's wife stared at it intently, but her hands didn't reach out to take it.
Sister Hua, I was hoping to borrow your sewing machine to make a couple of outfits. Oh, that's no problem at all. I haven't had time to use it anyway. It's just sitting there gathering dust.
She took the soap, then warmly pulled Su Mingyue into the house. Back when she graduated from college, Su Mingyue worked her way up from the bottom at a garment factory all the way to high-end custom tailoring. Making clothes with such simple designs was a piece of cake for her.
Mingyue, you finished already. Sister Hua, the cut of these clothes is simple, really easy to make. You really are skillful.
The village chief's wife looked Su Mingyue's finished clothes up and down.
You can't find this pattern at the supply and marketing cooperative. The style of the clothes is simple and elegant, and the fabric is good too. Did you buy it in the city? Yeah, I bought it at the department store in the city yesterday. Young girls should dress up nicely. Now that you're marrying Li Lao San, your days will only get better and better. Thank you, Sister Zhao Hua. I appreciate your kind words. Come by whenever you have time. Feel free to use the sewing machine anytime. Okay, Sister Zhao Hua, I'm heading back now.
My sister-in-law has been working hard for days, suffering and struggling. You can't imagine how tough it's been for her. Lee's mother, amused by Guanjiaoan, she talked to her mother.
Mother admits her mistake.
Mom, I was wrong. A few days ago, my mom's dizziness came back, so I sent some eggs to my parents' house just once.
Was it really just once?
Really, Mom, our chickens only started laying eggs this spring, and I only sent them once. I was confused. Mom, I won't dare do it again.
Seeing the tears welling up in her sister-in-law's eyes, Lee's mother completely believed her.
Your mother's sick, so it's understandable to send her eggs, but you can't do it behind everyone's back. What I hate thief in the family.
Mom, I won't dare do it again. Please forgive me this time. I swear I will never secretly send things to my family again.
Alright, I'll let it go this time, but there can't be a second time.
While the mother-in-law and daughter-in-law were chatting and making medicine pills together, the older sister-in-law turned around and saw Su Mingyue walking into the yard in a brand new outfit.
Oh wow, did you buy those clothes in the city? They really look stylish.
Yeah, I bought them at the city department store. It's a 3-story building, they've got everything. You should go check it out too, sis-in-law. See something new and maybe buy a few things to bring back.
I've been to the department store. So, what should I buy first? Well, Mingyue, that outfit looks great. Did you just buy it?
I made it myself.
You really are talented with your hands.
Lee's mother looked at Su Mingyue, who was wearing a new outfit and carrying a meal inside. It actually looks pretty nice. She said this with heartfelt sincerity.
You just got married, so it's only right to wear something new. But making money isn't easy, so don't go spending it carelessly.
Alright, Mom, I understand.
After the rain stopped, Su Mingyue packed up the gastrodia, shouldered her bamboo basket, and headed into town. When she arrived at the back courtyard of the herbal medicine shop, Master Ji was busy turning over the layers of herbs drying on the shelves. Hearing the door open, he turned around and saw it was Su Mingyue. Master Ji walked over, took Su Mingyue's bag, and emptied all the gastrodia from inside.
So much.
Master Ji, most people probably wouldn't recognize this gastrodia. I stumbled upon it by chance. It's been accumulating for years. If I keep digging, there probably won't be this much left.
This batch is good. 6 yuan. Find more, bring to me.
Alright, thank you, Master G. Hehe. From now on, if I dig up any gastrodia, I'll bring it all here.
Altogether, it's 38G.
Su Mingyue took the slip to the window to collect the money.
That's a total of 228 yuan. I've struck it rich.
Su Mingyue put the money into her army grain backpack.
With such a big sum of money on hand, I can't keep living so frugally. Time to improve my meals first. Digging up gastrodia is all about manual labor. Being strong and healthy is the most important productivity. Hehe.
When she walked to the department store, she saw the older sister who had supplied her with tickets last time standing at the door, looking at the customers coming in and out, waiting to find business opportunities.
Hey.
Su Mingyue walked over with a smile and shouted, sisterly.
Hey, sister, you are here to buy things again. I will accompany you.
Good.
Big sister, buy what you want, any payment, lowest price.
Sisterly looked so impressive, just like a big shot.
Alright, Sisterly, I really like how straightforward you are. There are so many things missing at home, but I can't be too flashy. Even this much has already made Zhang Fengyan jealous, so I still need to keep a low profile.
She picked out an umbrella, then chose a pair of rubber shoes and a raincoat.
Wow!
The shop assistant was full of envy.
You have eye things. These rubber shoes and raincoats are the latest styles, just arrived yesterday.
Then give me this pair of red ones, size 37. I want the raincoat in yellow.
All right.
While she was paying, the shop assistant had already wrapped up the goods. After saying goodbye to Sisterly and almost reaching the bus stop, a skinny young man suddenly stopped her. Su Mingyue was startled.
Do you want some eggs?
Su Mingyue snapped out of it and said happily.
You gave me quite a scare.
Sorry, my bad.
How much are they?
1 yuan for 10. If you want them, come with me.
The boy saw Su Mingyue looking around curiously and asked,
Is this your first time at the black market?
Yes, it's my first time.
You can find all kinds of things here, but you have to be careful.
The boy took Su Mingyue to an old lady's house.
Grandma Lu, she wants to buy eggs.
Young lady, how many do you want?
How many are in this basket?
50 eggs.
I'll take them all, but I don't have anything to carry them in.
No problem, I made this basket myself. You can have it.
She noticed there were also 2 roosters in the bamboo coop nearby.
How much for these 2 chickens?
If you want, I'll give you 3 yuan 50.
Su Mingyue paid, then carried the eggs and the chicken basket to the bus stop.
Talk about searching high and low only to find it without any effort. I was just worrying about where to get some nutritious food. With the black market around, there's nothing to worry about.
That's all money, you know. Su Mingyue, I'm not lucky and I wouldn't dare take your things.
After tidying up, Su Mingyue went to the kitchen to boil water, planning to kill a chicken for a hearty meal.
Now that I've found a way to make money, I can't keep shortchanging myself. It smells absolutely delicious. This really is top quality ingredients, just a simple preparation and it's amazing. Truly, food is the most important thing for people.
Zhang Fengyan caught a whiff of the aroma drifting over from the neighboring courtyard and went to stir up trouble for Su Mingyue again.
Mom, do you smell that? That delicious smell from third sister's courtyard. She's probably stewing chicken. It's not a holiday, and she doesn't honor her parents, eats chicken. How can she be so shameless?
After her eldest sister-in-law stirred things up, Motherly really felt upset.
I don't care for her so-called respect anyway.
Mom, I heard she went into town again today. She bought a whole bamboo basket full of stuff, and her hands were full too. And that's all spent with our family's money.
Motherly's face grew even darker.
Such a spendthrift. Does she really think she can just blow through the bride price money? Go call her over here. I need to have a word with her.
This was exactly what the eldest sister-in-law had been waiting for. When the 3-tile roofed house was built, the eldest sister-in-law had wanted to claim it for herself, but since it was built with the third son's allowance, Motherly wouldn't agree no matter what. Su Mingyue was sewing a button onto a new piece of clothing when the eldest sister-in-law walked in without a word, stepping right into the bedroom.
These 2 big red lacquered trunks, the brand new red satin cotton bedding on the bed, the snow cream on the table, the soap on the mirror and washstand, the big bath basin in the yard, all of these things should have been mine. I gave the Lee family their eldest grandson, their only grandson. Why did she get to have all these nice things?
Zhang Fengyan glared at everything in the room, forgetting why she had come. A surge of resentment shot straight to the top of her head, and she turned on her heel and left.
Mom, how come Su Mingyue gets to go shopping for clothes at the city department store? And how does she have 2 big red lacquered trunks like that? She gets to use a big red satin quilt, and even has such a huge wash basin, and she uses snow cream and soap too.
Lee's mother was to scold Su Mingyue, but was stunned by her daughter's questions. Figuring it out.
Dreaming? She can't find city department store entrance, let alone buy clothes. You need ration coupons.
I don't care. I'm the hero of the Lee family. I gave birth to your family's eldest grandson. I want those things too.
Zhang Fengyan always thought all the good stuff in the Lee family should go to her, but today Su Mingyue gave her a rude awakening.
Why does she get to go to the city department store to buy clothes and use snow cream and soap, but I don't?
What? She uses such fancy stuff?
Yeah, I just saw it with my own eyes. Her items are superior to those at the supply and marketing co-op.
That wasteful woman. Just wait and see how I deal with her.
Mom, wait for me. I'll go with you.
As she finished buttoning her clothes, Lee's mother and sister-in-law Zhang Fengyan stormed in. Su Mingyue frowned. The sister-in-law stared at the new clothes in Su Mingyue's hands, looking resentful and aggrieved.
Mom, look, she actually made herself 2 new outfits. I don't even have a single set of clothes like that.
When Lee's mother took a look, it was exactly as her eldest daughter-in-law had said. There were indeed quite a few new things added to the room. Lee's mother felt her heart bleeding. Su Mingyue, have you spent all the money? Are you not planning to live your life properly from now on?
Mom, I came here precisely to live a good life.
Lee's mother angrily pointed at the newly bought things in the room. Is spending money like water your idea of living well? Even if you don't feel the pain, I do. All these years, I've scrimped and saved to put aside a little money. Do you think that's easy for me? But you spent it all so freely. Do you think that's fair to me? Lee's mother looked at the bright red satin quilt, the new clothes, shoes, and socks, the face cream, the soap. These were all things she had never used in her whole life. But Su Mingyue had used all the money she had saved to buy them and put them to use. Su Mingyue had no idea what had stirred up such sorrow in Lee's mother, so she quickly tried to comfort her. Mom, if you like these things, I'll buy them for you too. Please don't cry. Su Mingyue handed Lee's mother a towel, but as Lee's mother looked at the soft, thick towel in her hand, she angrily threw it away.
This is all money. Su Mingyue, I don't have that kind of luck. I can't use these things, and I wouldn't dare take anything from you.
Mom, money is meant to be spent. These are just basic necessities for a decent life.
You've had a hard life too. How can you be so careless with money?
Their views on life were so different. It was like a chicken talking to a duck. Su Mingyue could only stay silent. Seeing that Su Mingyue didn't say anything, Lee's mother thought she had listened and left in a huff.
Seriously, just buying some basic necessities and they're already this upset. Forget it, I'll just get back to making my curtains.
Get out, I don't want to see you.
You dare tell me to get out back then. You were chasing me trying to please me.
Head of the house, tell me, we've watched Su Mingyue grow up. She came from a tough background, so how did she end up so wasteful now? She spends money like it's nothing, you have no idea. In that room, there are bright red satin quilts, face cream, soap, shampoo, all top shelf stuff. Do you know how much that must have cost?
The eldest sister-in-law came in too, chiming in from the side.
It's true, Dad. I've never even seen those things before, let alone use them.
She really treats money like it's worthless. How can someone like that know how to run a household?
Father Lee got angry when he heard this.
Once she's spent that 100 yuan, she'll finally settle down.
That's easy for you to say, but that's 100 yuan we're talking about. Do you know how long I had to scrimp and save to put that together? The money you and the 2 boys earn is all spent. This is the allowance old third sent home. That's how I managed to save it.
Old third?
Mother Lee suddenly remembered something.
Dear, what if she squanders all of old third's money in the future? What will we do then?
That won't do. Marrying her into the family is supposed to bring prosperity, not ruin us. You hold on to old third's allowance. Don't let it fall into her hands.
That's what I think too, but I'm just worried that after we bring her in as a daughter-in-law, will she still hand the money over to me?
She will. Old third is filial. He'll definitely still hand it over to you.
Hearing what Father Lee said, Mother Lee felt reassured, as if a weight had been lifted from her heart. The eldest sister-in-law listened for a while, but still hadn't heard the old couple say how they planned to deal with Su Mingyue, so she chimed in.
Dad, Mom, how handle Su Mingyue?
We already went to deal with her today.
She didn't admit her mistake.
The eldest sister-in-law wouldn't let it go. After all, she spent her own money. I've already given her a talking to. She'll definitely change from now on.
Sigh.
The next morning, the sky cleared up. Su Mingyue planned to go up the mountain to pick more gastrodia. She hadn't gone far when Su Mingyue instinctively felt someone was following her. She turned around and saw a man grinning as he walked over, greeting her.
Mingyue, long time no see. I've really missed you.
Su Mingyue frowned and scrutinized him. A memory surfaced. This man was Sun Junbao, the original owner's boyfriend. The original owner had been determined to marry him, which was why she committed suicide on the eve of their wedding to prove her resolve. And now here he was, shamelessly trying to flirt with her.
Su Mingyue, where are you going? Let me go with you.
Get lost. I don't want to see you.
Sun Juandao's expression changed. He pointed at Su Mingyue and said, "You actually dare to tell me to get lost? In the past, you were always the one chasing after me, trying to please me. Fine, don't come begging me in the future." Su Mingyue felt it was unfair for the original owner. For a man like this, who had no sincerity, she actually paid with her life. The ground was soft after the rain, making it easy to dig for Gastrodia. Su Mingyue managed to dig up 3 plots of Gastrodia in one go. After digging up the last plot of Gastrodia, it was almost dark. She hurried down the mountain with the heavy bamboo basket on her back. Back home, she enjoyed a good meal of Gastrodia, took a bath after eating her fill, and fell asleep the moment she climbed onto the con. The next day, before dawn, Su Mingyue packed her breakfast, carried the Gastrodia on her back, and left the village. By the time she reached the city, it was already broad daylight. Master Ji heard the door and came out of the house. When he saw it was Su Mingyue, he quickly took the bamboo basket from her.
You're here so early.
I caught the first bus.
An old Chinese medicine doctor came out the main house, walked over, and picked up the Gastrodia.
You dug these up very nicely. They're in great shape.
Then he looked at Su Mingyue and said,
Little girl, are you having trouble with your sexual intercourse?
Su Mingyue understood that ghost water means menstruation.
Yes, I have been malnourished and have a cold body for a long time, and I haven't had my period for a long time.
Well, good health is the foundation. After you finish calculating the bill, come to the pharmacy and I will take your pulse.
Good.
This time, the total weight of Gastrodia alata was 56 kilograms. Su Mingyue received 336 yuan. Su Mingyue tried hard to conceal her inner ecstasy and went to the pharmacy in front to find the old Chinese doctor. Dr. Jing took Su Mingyue's pulse and asked with a frown,
How did your body become like this?
Su Mingyue thought of the original owner's experience and said,
My mother had difficulty giving birth to me and passed away before she was out of the confinement period. My father remarried a stepmother who already had a son, and after she joined the family, she gave birth to a son and a daughter. I never had enough to eat as a child, and since I was 6, I've been doing laundry, cooking, and all the housework.
After hearing this, Dr. Jean couldn't help but sigh.
Every family has its own troubles. Are things still like that for you now?
I just got married to a soldier. I think life will get better from now on.
That's good to hear. Your body may seem fine on the surface, but the root of your womanhood has been harmed. This isn't something that can be cured overnight. You need to pay attention to nutrition, eat 3 red dates a day, drink a cup of brown sugar water, and buy a soaking tub to take a bath every day. It will take long-term care to gradually return to normal.
Su Mingyue nodded.
Thank you, Dr. Jean.
Dr. Jean spoke in a roundabout way, but Su Mingyue understood what she meant. Cold-induced infertility.
Yeah, if you don't even have your period, how could you possibly get pregnant?
Su Mingyue decided to follow Dr. Jin's advice and take good care of her health.
In her previous life, she was so focused on her freedom and making money that she never got around to getting married or having kids. Before she knew it, she'd already crossed over to this world. Since God has given me another chance to start over, I must cherish my life in this lifetime and live a relaxed and happy life. It would be best if I could be rich, have leisure time, live a long life, and have many children and grandchildren. Hey.
Thinking about good things, Su Mingyue walked towards the department store with brisk steps.